We need a bit of luck, son, to finally happen for us, so... I'm sorry, Rocky, right? The channel needs it.
Glorious! No, I won't give in till I'm victorious!
Hello everyone, this is CJ Novo 992 and today we're back for another brand new video. Today's video is going to be the third preview slash team news slash prediction in the last 7 days. Now the last 2 prediction videos have went pretty wrong, like if I'm honest with you, it couldn't have been any worse, and it always amazes me that so many of the rival fans come back to a prediction video after it's been posted to say how did that go? You predicted this and it didn't happen. Sorry, I'm not a magical seer, okay? I don't have powers. As you can tell, I'm still pretty frustrated after the last 2 results, explaining the frustrated intro, but let's just take a wee simmer down, you know, woosah, woosah, let's get into today's video, shall we? But before we do that, I just want to say a thank you to everyone who has recently joined and subscribed to the channel. We are making strong strides towards that 23k target, thank you so much, and obviously if you haven't done so already, please join the rest of the nation and subscribe. Let's get into today's video, shall we? 3, 2, 1. St Mirren versus Rangers. That is going to be the game of football. 12:30, an early kick-off. Like I say, this is going to be the third game of football in the last 7 days. Obviously the semi-final and the draw with Kilmarnock. So we have hit a blip. That's something that's been discussed on the Rangers official YouTube channel during the press conferences. It is a bit of a blip, but this gives us the perfect opportunity with these games coming quick and fast to right the wrongs. As you would have known from the last prediction video, I was really expecting a reaction from Sunday's semi-final defeat. We didn't really get that against Kilmarnock. All credit to Kilmarnock, they're a very, very good side. Again, they sat in deep and defended, a lot like Aberdeen done, and we struggled. Now you're looking at this game of football and it leads to St Mirren. You might think to yourself, oh, they seem to be getting beaten every week, they're really struggling. But you go back to the Celtic draw, what they did, where they sat in deep and frustrated and looked for set pieces. That is what we struggle to break down. And their most recent games where you've seen them get absolutely hammered, they've actually been going out and attacking teams and trying to make things happen. They've not just been sitting as the shell in defence like they do against like Celtic and Rangers. So this game could potentially be another frustrating 90 minutes of football, and if I'm honest with you, that is what I'm actually going to be predicting in today's video. I think tomorrow's going to be absolutely frustrating. I believe I'm going to be tearing out what brown slash black hairs I've got left and just be left with the greys. But unlike the last 2 frustrating performances where it's just never quite happened for us, I believe this time versus St Mirren it's going to be the third time lucky in the terms of the Glasgow Rangers. Now before we actually get any further into the prediction and I start telling you what I think the scorers are going to be, all that stuff, I've got a wee bit of team news and injury updates to keep you updated with. Ejaya is back fully fit with the squad after his recent little knock that he got making him miss the Kilmarnock game, so that's a bit of a boost to our squad. We always want to see fresh bodies. Third game in 7 days, so we're going to be needing that rotation, so that's good that we've got another body in that midfield. Bornabear is unfortunately still going to be missing this game, but the only positive with that is he's back taking part in full-time training with the rehab team, so he's getting back closer and closer and closer to full-time fitness, which I think will be a massive boost not only to Rangers but to John Flanagan, because the guy looks absolutely knackered after such strong performances. I think he's playing too much now and his performances are getting lower and lower and lower, so that is one area that we need to rotate, and Bornabear is getting closer and closer to playing, which is obviously a boost. But unfortunately not in time for this game of football. Now Kyle Lafferty's actually got a little niggle as well, but he's in that 50-50 bracket of contention. To be honest with you, I'm still expecting to see him. They played down the injury, but they felt like it was serious enough to actually mention during the press conference. They said it was a minor injury and he should be okay. And if you're looking at it with Kyle Lafferty's standpoint, he rarely starts games of football, and maybe if he was supposed to be starting, this injury might take him out the starting 11, but I can guarantee with us needing the performance, I know what Kyle Lafferty's like, he would lose his leg rather than sit out with a little niggle. I can imagine he's going to make some impact from the bench. And that's actually it in terms of fresh injury news. Obviously we've got the 2 long-term injuries. Apart from that, we've got a full fitness, which obviously means Lee Wallace now must be fit because he's no longer getting listed as injured. So where is he? Moving away from the injury news, Alfredo Morelos, by the way, there's a lot of speculation online and on Twitter that he was actually suspended for this game because he picked up another booking at mid-week. Thankfully, Alfredo Morelos will not be missing this game of football, but I'm here to tell you he is one more yellow card away from an automatic 1-match suspension, which is obviously something that was brought up during the press conference as well, and they discussed the fact that they're trying to get Morelos just to let the ref ref the game. As simple as that. That is what they're trying to do. But he's obviously got that frustration. That's the kind of guy that he is. They've spoken about it. They're slowly getting out of his game, but they want to be careful with it because they don't want to just completely just docile the guy. Like the guy's just not got any aggression or anything like that. That's a key part of his game. So it's a bit of a tricky one with Alfredo Morelos because you want him playing at the edge. That's what you continue to hear. But when he does play at the edge, he seems to argue with officials. So it's a very, very fine line. And yeah, I just wanted to keep you updated with that. Alfredo Morelos is thankfully able to play tomorrow, but he is one more yellow card away from an automatic suspension. One other person that I keep seeing in the comments and on Twitter and everything like that is actually going to be Grezda. Where is Grezda? What's going on with Grezda? Thankfully, we got some answers yet today, actually, a couple of hours ago. Grezda has apparently got a bit of his swagger back during training and everything like that. He's starting to get that it factor, something that attracted Rangers to actually buy him. He's slowly getting back to what he can be. And to be honest with you, Gary McAllister was very, very frank with it. I don't know if you've heard about this, but in case you haven't, he actually mentioned the fact that Grezda has got all the talent and he would do things, he would wow people. And when you look at his tape, he would wow people in the living, like on the park. But if you look at the fans, there's very little fans actually there, so there's very little pressure on Grezda. But since he's came to Rangers, he actually dropped the 55k crowd, which I appreciated. But he says since he's came to Rangers, obviously there's a massive, massive demand. The stands are always packed, so that has been a key adjustment for the man's mentality, which instantly made me a wee bit nervous because I was like, oh no, can he no handle playing in the crowd? We've certainly seen that over the years. But they actually backed him and says he's getting rarer and rarer to go. He's getting more used to it and he's getting used to the demands of Rangers Football Club. And apparently he is very close to being what they signed. Anyway, moving on to the next topic. They've actually discussed the goal scoring problem, something that every single fan, doesn't matter where you're from, has seen watching the Glasgow Rangers. We are heavily, heavily relied on Alfredo Morelos. Shout out Mark Menzies, he said that in the Kilmarnock game's comments. I obviously read the comments, I read everyone's comments. He actually said it 3 days later. Steven Gerrard mentions it, and then obviously Gary Mack mentions it during his press conference as well. Rangers are too heavily reliant on Alfredo Morelos, and that is something they are focusing on fixing in training. They want players to be braver, they want players to get ahead of Alfredo Morelos, they want the players to step up and take the goal scoring burden off Alfredo Morelos, because if we're off funneling just trying to help Alfredo Morelos or just give it to Morelos and see what he can do, when Morelos isn't firing, if Morelos isn't playing, you get performances like you do against Aberdeen. And I really, really rate that, because as good as Alfredo Morelos is, I think we're too heavily reliant on the man. If it's no Morelos and if it's no Tav set pieces or a penalty, who else is scoring the goals? Actually, that's pretty good, that. If it's not Alfredo Morelos or Tav scoring, who's scoring the goals for the Glasgow Rangers? Who's the first player that comes to your mind? Get involved in the comment section below. And on the St Mirren side of things, there's not too much to actually mention apart from Lee Hodgson isn't able to play against us. Good or bad? The man's actually been playing semi-decent for St Mirren, but obviously he's on loan, so he'll not be able to play against us. Now that's actually the team preview and the team news all done and dusted. Now it's time just to supply my prediction, and hopefully if you're watching this video just now, you've got involved and let me know your prediction. I am actually going to go once again with a frustrating night. I don't think it's going to be easy because there is a template to play against Rangers now. Sit deep and play for set pieces. But with that being said, I think we created the chances against Kilmarnock to win the game. Arfield missed an open net. Tav obviously was very unlucky with the bar. Goldston should have scored a header. Koulibaly fell over instead of tapping into the back of the net. There were chances that we could have scored and we could have won that game. So I'm actually going to go into this game with a scoreline of Rangers 2, St Mirren 0. Now my goal scorers, ironically enough, is actually going to be Morelos and Tavernier. Now before we jump and get the people's opinion, it's time for a sponsor break, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. So grab your refreshment. 3, 2, 1, sponsor break. Now it's time to get the people's opinion out there. 5% votes for St Mirren, 9% votes for the draw, but 86% of the people votes for the Glasgow Rangers. So let's see what people's got to say. Deaky Neil says, well win, expecting a big reaction. Gonna go 4-0. Johnny Bazanovsky, that guy's Twitter by the way, certainly isn't Bazbowski that's made a new one because he's been suspended from Twitter. Definitely not. Anyway, not Baz says, need to go out and absolutely hammer them. A convincing win. Johnny B is predicting on behalf of the third party B. Bazcast 3K. Darren says, must win for Rangers. No excuses. 3-1. Morelos, Candyman and big laugh. Hugh McKenzie says 2-1 to the famous Tav and Morelos with the goals. Jamie Jury says, I'll go with 4-0 to the Gers. Morelos double, Kent and a Tav penalty. John Miller says 3-0 Rangers with Morelos, Katic and Arfield. And the last one that we're actually going to do out to keep it fair, I'll just flick it up and down. Andrew Crom, fully confident of getting back to winning ways tomorrow. 3-1 to the famous with Arfield, Morelos and Lafferty scoring the goals. There it is, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. You've heard the people's opinion. You've also heard mine. Please get involved in the comment section and interact with the rest of the Novo Nation. Let them know what you're thinking about the game tomorrow. If you haven't done so already, please hit that like button. It definitely helps others find the channel. It comes up in the recommendations. It gets sent out to more notifications if the like button has been smashed. And as always, if you want to support the channel directly to help improve it, there will be a link to the Patreon in the description below, which, by the way, if you're a member, you will be a part of the live chat show that you can phone in. We're very, very close now that Baz is back from offshore as well. We should be going ahead for that. Look out for that. I've been CJ Nova 92. Thank you so much for watching, and bye.